Alright, shalom, shalom, peace Israel. This brother Zaquan from Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruchah HaKadosh. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach me well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful less scattered abroad. Alright, as you can probably hear, I'm doing it in transit. Alright, we're coming at you. Just a quick lesson on why the Lord is speeding up the times and what's really going on. You know, we're just going to hop right into it. Matthew 24 and 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor shall ever be, nor ever shall be." All right. And what time are we talking about? We're talking about World War III. You know, if you could put, as everybody can see, living their day-to-day lives, man, days have just been flying by. You know, time has been moving. You know, this it's just been the start of 2022. Now we're about to enter into 2023, man. You know, the year of hell. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." Salakia, slip of the tongue, because we coming into World War III, and this war is about to be like a war that's never before. This war was going to be fought with thermonuclear missiles, ICBMs, right? And the times he's coming into, you know, Jacob's trouble, is going to be like a time like never before on this earth. You know, people going to be dying left and right. Millions and millions of people are about to die overnight. You know, we keep going. It says, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved." All right. So the Lord said, "And except these days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved." Meaning, if these days weren't shortened up, nobody would live, man. Nobody would survive. All right. "And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved." So everybody, Esau would make it to where he wipe out this whole planet, man. Humans, animals, every living creature will be wiped out. So no flesh should be saved. It says, "But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened." All right. So for what sake? For whose sake? For the elect's sake. All right. The Lord's true chosen, the Lord's His men, the Lord's men, His elect. For their sakes, these days are being shortened. You know, as you live your day-to-day life, and then you see, you know, the days are just flying by. A lot of people are like, man, like, where the days are going? Where are the days going? You know, how is time moving so fast? It's because the Lord is speeding up the times for the elect's sake. You know, this devil is out here crafty. He's rolling, coming out with these, you know, these jabs, you know, and all these poisonous things, man. You know, we got our food is poisonous, the water is polluted. You know, we're in hell. We're in hell right now. And what is the Lord doing? The Lord is shortening up the times for His men, for His elect's sake. Because if the Lord didn't speed up the times, no flesh should be saved. All right, and the Lord's not gonna have His elect die out here. No. So what did the Lord do? He's shortening the days. All right. And what must we do, you know, as Israelite men who believe truly and solely on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you know, as believers of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, what are we ought to do? You know, 2 Timothy 2 and 10. "Therefore, I endure all things for the elect's sake." They're what? I endure all things for whose sake? The elect's sake. All right. "That they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach with eternal glory." All right. So the Lord is speeding up the times, and we must endure everything that's coming for the elect's sake. We have to. This is why the Lord is speeding up the times for His men, so His men can be saved out of captivity. You know, so so Yahweh Shai can come redeem His men. You know, His brothers. You know, I'm gonna grab this. You know, because ultimately, Revelation 22 and 14, it says, "Blessed are they that do His commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city." And what city? The kingdom of heaven, man. All right. The Lord is speeding up the time so His men can receive salvation and enter into rest, eternal rest. That's why this times are speeding up. That's why things are heating up out here. You know, all these things, a prophecy must come to pass before the end comes. You know, the Lord is having it to where His men are going to be saved out of here. And as you see, you live your day-to-day lives, you see time is moving. Time is of the essence. You know, you can wake up at 11 in the morning or 10, 11 in the morning. Next thing you know, you look down, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're saying, dang, well, you know, where did they go? You know, the Lord is speeding up the times. You know, and there's been news reports that's been coming out and saying, you know, oh, this has been the shortest day recorded in history, or, you know, or this has been the fastest month recorded ever, you know. And why is that? That's not just randomly for a coincidence, you know. There's no coincidence. The Lord is doing that. Alright? Salakia. Grab this. We're going to end it off here. 2 Corinthians 13:8 says, for we can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. Right. And the Lord, like we said, everything that's happening right now is for the Lord's men to be ultimately saved out of here at the end of this thing. You know, Yahweh Shai Ratazah will be of that elect, that numbered, and those men. Alright? Everything that's happening right now is for the elect's sake. That's why the Lord is ultimately speeding up the time so he can save his men out of captivity. Alright? So, for we can do nothing against the truth before the truth. Anything that happens is ultimately forwarding the salvation of the Lord's elect. Alright? But with that, Lord, whether we hit the nail on the head, we hit the point. I'd like to give our glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who teach and rule well, and salutations to Yehovah, let's scattered abroad. Shalom.